Logan's the insane one, stomping possums.
See, yeah, he's
Logan
like,
stomps possums?
oh yeah, he literally did it the other day. What did he do? He found one and just stomped on its head, grabbed it by the tail, brought it over, and
Why?
because I mean, possums are nuisances, but other than that, yeah,
Other than that, there's no good reason.
yeah.
I don't think there's no point. I don't think there's a point to kill things for trophy reasons.
Oh, that one's definitely not a trophy. That's just
Oh, yeah,
pure
there's-
killing.
there's
That's just like. And then what is it? The coyotes. I don't. It depends on like either raccoons. Some of them are trophy hunters, and they'll literally come and kill chickens and just leave the bodies.
Yeah.
Do
Not
you
trophy,
think?
but just massacre.
Do you think
Where's disgusting? Oh, here we go.
we have the? It is nature in us for men to kill. I guess not
Absolutely.
us. You think it's nature for men to want to kill,
Absolutely, to survive. Basically, it's the
but
main
not to
reason.
survive,
Dude,
just to
it
kill.
literally only gets better as it goes.
I think it right now. Like, I don't think it activates more when you're like wanting to survive. Then you're like, I've got to kill. But like, to just kill, I don't know. I don't know about that. But I could see like some defense. Oh my gosh, the elephant's crazy. Bro.
Dude, I know.
Dude, I couldn't imagine hunting elephants. Oh my gosh. Giraffe?
Oh, yeah, dude.
Dude, some of those are like to get the tags for those.
Oh,
It's
dude,
like
I don't even want to know how much money this dude spent.
rhinoceros is crazy.
He's got a hippo at the taxidermist right
Really?
now. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
He's like one of like, I forgot how many, like 180 people
That
in
kill
the
a
history
hippo?
of the world to shoot every animal in North America.
Really?
Yeah, they sent him out to Vegas and he got a plaque for it and stuff.
That's
Yeah,
kind of
dude,
fire.
Looks like one of those horror scenes from the Disney movie.
Right.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's insane. The first time I walked in his house, I was like, oh my gosh.
He shot a giraffe.
Technically, yes, but technically that one's the one his daughter killed when she was like 10.
Really?
That's better. That's crazy.
It's so insane. That's one thing that's on my bucket list, though, is giraffe hunting.
How many I feel like
Dude, what's really cool about him though, he has this awesome story. So, he was over hunting in Africa. This was years ago. And there was this kid that kept running up and playing around their camp and stuff like that. And he started conversing with this kid and stuff. And the kid was telling him about how he's never had anyone that's ever taken him hunting and stuff like that. And he's like, I'll take you hunting. And he takes this kid out hunting. And I don't remember what animal it was he killed. It may have been, I don't remember, but maybe it was a lion or something. Just whatever they were hunting, regardless of the animal. And like the kid was telling him, he's like, if you take me hunting, like I'll do anything for you. I'll repay you. And obviously, as a 10-year-old kid, like
yeah.
doesn't really know what he's saying. But he told that kid, he goes, I'll tell you what, I'll take you hunting, but when you grow up, I want you to be the best dang hunting guide in Africa when you grow up.
Really?
And now that kid is like a basically adopted member of their family, and he's the #1 hunting guide
In Africa?
Africa.
That's
crazy.
insane.
I was like, dude, that's such a great
That's
story.
so fire. You said you knew this guy?
Yeah, he lives over in Troy.
Really? That's fair. What are the most recent protests?
Oh, no kings, no eyes, baby.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get into. That's what I saw.
Has
I
that
didn't
been
know.
the most recent one?
Yeah, they had
pretty
one this
recent.
weekend. Ridiculous.
Oh, that's because I was watching
Dude,
the.
Donald Trump straight trolled them too. Did you see his post?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't see that. I watched
me see
the. I was
what
watching
the
some of the
comments-
Steven Crowder. That's where I kind of got it from.
Let me see if I can find this dude. He straight trolled them.
No kings, just commies. Oh my gosh. What's our thoughts on Drewski impersonating Erica?
Oh, dude.
That's funny.
Here it is. Trump said, a huge thank you to all the No Kings protesters yesterday. I was very concerned the king was trying to take my place, but thanks to your tireless efforts, I am still your president. Great job, all. I'm like, dude.
Trolling, bro.
Dude, the Drewski thing? Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
That's funny. Heck, if
The
people are mad
fact
about it,
that
though.
the fact that it's like a comedy bit and Erica thinks that she can sue him for defamation of character is like, okay.
Yeah,
That's
honestly.
insane. I don't know if you know how the laws work or not, Erica, but you're not gonna win that.
It's just like, I think it's okay. I think comedy shouldn't be.
Yeah, like how far can comedy go?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. You didn't see Charlie trying to sue South Park because they made a bit about him. Like,
Yeah, for real.
he
He
loved
actually
it.
liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, but
I don't know. There's some
I think.
there's some sketchy stuff going on with that.
Do you
whole
think
thing.
there's a lot of things to critique about Donald Trump in this moment?
regarding what?
The war.
His presidency.
His presidency?
Yeah.
I mean, every president can be critiqued for stuff.
Well, that's kind of a buyout. Do you think that there's things that he is doing that maybe during the midterms?
Could affect his.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Do you think it's valid or not?
I don't know. Kind of back and forth. Especially like with the Iran thing. Like, my thing on it is we've been saying that Iran's a problem for a long time now. And then someone does something about the problem and people are mad about it.
Do you think the way that he's doing it is okay?
What, the war in Iran?
Mm-hmm.
How is he doing it? Like starting or like?
Yeah, using
Finishing.
Israel, joining forces with Israel to destroy Iran, I guess. Do you think Israel can actually be trusted?
I would have to say no. But I don't know very
Man,
much.
I don't know. I would like to think so. But then again, it's kind of like
There's no right.
Netanyahu's kind of a hothead and kind of just does what he wants to do. But I don't know.
I think what's happening is like, I think it's super important, and I think that I don't know. My grandma was talking, and she thinks that if we back out of it, then we'll just look like wussies. But there's another side that if we go full in. I don't know. It's taking longer to take out the regime. It's longer than we thought,
Yeah.
and it's because they've been
Yeah.
preparing. I think that it's a dangerous thing to start, and I think that I think Russia might be helping them a little bit that we just don't know of.
Iran.
Would not
Yeah.
surprise me.
Yeah, I think that's a big issue as well.
Well, that's a major issue. If that is the case, which we don't know for sure, then yes, that becomes a major issue.
I think also the world economics is crashing right now. Global economics is crashing. It starts with the gas prices. When gas prices lower, everything else lowers. When gas prices heighten, everything else.
I mean, gas went up $1.20 in a week.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
Iran.
Granted, that always happens whenever you go into
War.
war like this.
Yeah.
But the thing is, though, is Iran is being smart about it. Instead of them, mostly they don't really attack us. They attack tourist spots and they attack oil places, oil tanks, oil spots.
Dude, I got a conspiracy.
Yeah.
I just thought about this because we're talking about war and stuff like that and places where people are attacking. What is the name of this?
I've just talked to a couple people who are actually currently in the military. One is a Marine. I think one is in the Army. From their resources, it's like, I don't know if they're hiding it on purpose or not, but from what I got from what they were saying, it's like, and of course, war can take a turn at any moment, but it was like they're not as concerned about the war as the public makes it out to be or the media.
Oh, yeah. And I think that's
They're not as
the
concerned
biggest
about
issue
this going
with
crazy or anything like that.
that's the biggest issue with everything that happens.
I feel like it's getting taken out of hand. That's like, oh my gosh, we're all cooked. And from their intel, one
Yeah.
was in the Marines, and then one is currently in the Army. That's what they were saying. Yeah, one of them is getting deployed, and he's going to Hawaii in like the end of the year for 7 months.
Mm.
He's in the Marines.
Where's he usually stationed at? Do you know?
Speaking of Hawaii, has
I don't
anyone
know.
seen what's going on in Hawaii?
Like the natural disasters?
Dude, and
Really?
nobody's talking about this.
Natural disasters.
Dude,
Like
like
hurricanes?
insane.
Like crazy.
The streets are flooded and
Houses
nobody's talking about
destroyed.
houses destroyed. Dude, absolutely insane.
Not a
That-
lot of people are talking about it, but it's because of what's happening in Iran.
Yeah, that's what's crazy. Those like, let me see if I can find some of these videos.
Multiple Army low storm.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's literally insane.
Yeah, I'm seeing it. Wind storms, rainfall. Dang, 46 inches. In some parts of Maui. Then the wind gusts exceeding 100 miles an hour.
Yeah. So I guess some dam around there busted or something, and it flooded Oahu.
A dam busted. It's the worst flooding in 2 decades. Dang.
Or maybe it hasn't busted yet. I think they said it's on the verge of busting. Regardless, it's insane. Oh yeah, here's this conspiracy. So, Larry Silverstein is the guy that owned the Twin Towers at the time that they got hit.
Mm-hmm.
And now he owns a 72-story building in California, I think in Los Angeles or San Francisco one, called the U.S. Bank Tower. And there's a lot of conspiracy around 9/11 being an inside job and him owning those, that an attack is going to happen on his building in California.
Really, why?
So there's an excuse to go to war with Iran.
Yeah.
Another one?
Yeah. There's a lot of conspiracies going around about that because the same guy owned those. A lot of people believe that there was an inside job involved with 9/11. Then all of a sudden this guy just owns another massive building. I don't know.
Into USL
If it happens,
2020.
it will break the world. Everyone's eyes will be open.
Yeah,
like,
everyone will know.
okay, this is too fishy.
I don't think they're that stupid.
60 million.
Yeah, that would be insane.
Agreed.
It wouldn't surprise me though. And they would literally like just do it and then like try to be like, oh no, it's just a coincidence.
Literally.
Like they would feed that to the public like,
People would believe it too.
Dude, that's the scary
Literally.
part.
I'm telling you,
That is
I'm telling you, you know what I don't like? I don't like what MAGA is today, and I think MAGA would be the people to completely fall in line and agree with it.
maybe.
I feel like they're split right now.
Yeah, there's definitely a split.
Well, I'm saying the MAGA believers now, the one who
The
are still
diehard
pro-Trumpers
MAGA.
now.
The diehards?
Yeah,
Possibly.
The
Trump
the, like,
MAGAs.
yeah. Obviously, I'm not gonna say I am a diehard like Donald Trump could. There's those people that Donald Trump could literally do anything, and they're like,
No,
oh yeah, that was
it's
a great
fine.
decision. He blew up the Clintons' house. I totally support that. Like, which I mean, I would understand, but it wouldn't be right.
No.
Do you think JD Vance is a good president candidate?
Who?
Presidential candidate? JD Vance?
Yeah, I do.
That's
I would like to, dude. I don't know if this is gonna happen. It probably won't, but there's a lot of talk, dude. There's a whole campaign of people trying to get Tucker Carlson to run for president.
He won't do it though.
He will not. That's the only problem.
He's higher than Ted Cruz on the polling.
Really?
Yeah, he's higher than Ted Cruz.
Yeah, that's insane.
I
Ted
would
Cruz-
never Ted Cruz. Heck no. Heck no. I still think Vivek Ramaswamy would be a great candidate. to be
Dude,
honest.
Vivek Ramaswamy, I wish he would have won this last election.
I know. I
Vivek
know.
was my absolute favorite candidate.
Yeah. Dude, it's cause we're so far like we platform the wrong people and then get
Oh,
mad
yeah.
about platforming them.
I would have wholeheartedly voted for Vivek Ramaswamy in a heartbeat.
Yeah. 100%. 100%.
Dude, the way Vivek Ramaswamy just absolutely annihilated everybody in the
Yeah.
debates, dude. It wasn't even close.
The thing is, Vivek Ramaswamy had like Obama's diplomacy.
With
But
Trump's,
with Trump's-
demeanor and
yeah.
policies. Like,
Yeah.
dude, he was the middle ground, but he was the love child of the two.
He also Loki had a little bit of like RFK in him with like the big
Yeah.
pharma thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was, yeah.
I'd say
Dude,
I'd
I
say
love Vivek.
Vivek Ramaswamy 28. To
I
be honest.
I wish that's who they would push. I wish they would push
Is
for
it possible?
Vivek. Maybe. I don't know.
know
JD
about
Vance has the absolute best chance right now, which I'm fine with JD Vance.
Vivek Ramaswamy was lead with RFK.
I
on
would be fine with like I'd be really great with like a JD Vance Vivek Ramaswamy ticket together.
Yeah, that would be tough. That'd be tough.
This would be the toughest country ever.
But I think a lot of people don't like JD Vance. A lot of people.
Did you see that? I think it was pretty recent here, a couple days ago.
One thing
Yeah,
I do think is it's not going to be this
Mm.
election, but I see within the next, I'll shoot as far as 50 years, we see a third-party candidate win.
I think my generation will.
Yeah,
My generation.
I think so. I see it happening because it's at the point now where, like, nobody trusts either side.
No. What's our thought on aliens just being demons?
Aliens just being demons.
And there's actually no such thing as aliens, but they're just
Oh, I definitely
demons.
don't think there's aliens.
What?
I do not think
So,
there's
like,
Guys, what?
and the reason I say that because J.D. Vance just recently was like quoted on that. He says, "I don't think there's aliens. I think there's demons anyway."
Yeah, that's a solid.
No, I think they're demons anyway.
I just don't. I don't know, dude. I don't believe in any of like the extraterrestrial
beings on other
with all
planets.
the other galaxies. Hold on. But with all the other galaxies, you don't think there's one other single life?
Nope, I don't.
I don't think so. I mean,
What?
life
I
as
don't.
in
I
like
You think that we're
human
just lucky?
No, I think
I
that
think
God
it's very
intended us
specific. Yeah,
to
I
be
think it's
very specific
I think it's
people.
It's very specific.
You
Yeah.
don't think God is specific for like everyone? You don't think that? I mean, who are we to say that we're almost limiting God's power to say that there aren't other?
I mean, I think what you're saying is right. I don't think it's just like in the right. Like, I agree that there's beings that we don't know about, but I don't think they're
Little green Martians that have somehow advanced technology. No.
And I think
be probing
the
people.
I think there is advanced technology, and angels and demons have it.
Well, that yeah.
And there's supernatural
But as far as like
abilities and things that demons obviously they possess those.
flying around spaceships and stuff
Yeah,
like
I
that,
don't know
I'm
about
out
that.
on that one.
See, like, I think demons can fly, and so I think, and I don't think they physically have to get from place to place. They can't just spawn here and spawn there. They physically move.
Oh yeah, they move.
Yeah, exactly. So
They're
Who's for us
They're
to say-
fallen angels. I don't see
Exactly.
why they wouldn't fly.
so who's and
I
my
don't think
thing
they
is, I
lost
don't
their
know-
ability to fly when
Yeah,
they
that
became
too,
fallen.
or it's like, what if not all angels can fly, and what if they have to use some other source
I
to
don't know,
fly?
dude.
And in the supernatural realm, we have no clue. So
That
it's
is
like, what if the
I tried-
supernatural UFO stuff is actually demons just moving around?
I stay away from any kind of discussion on that kind of stuff that I can't back up with the Bible. If I can't back it up, because we don't have
Only
a
backing
lot
it
of
up you can just
information
say is
about the
demons.
demons.
That's
We
literally all
don't have a
you can
lot of
say.
information. I mean, it's cool to like sit and wonder and think about that stuff, but I don't know. That's one of those topics where I just kind of shy away from.
I think honestly, the Bible is black and white in a way on that stuff because it is in a way pretty black and white. Like they say, there's angels and there's demons. That's it.
Yeah.
Then there's animals, there's the creatures, and then there's humans. I think that's it. But like the thing is, we don't know like how far and how wide those animals go or the angels because they can obviously. Do you guys believe in
Bigfoot?
that I
Bigfoot,
think-
100%.
What about morphing? The
Oh, like
ability
the-
to physically
the
morph
shapeshifters and
yeah,
stuff?
shapeshifters to be able to physically morph into other beings, animals, people, disguise themselves as humans and walk amongst us.
Maybe. I don't know.
I am 100% on that because I think angels walk among us. I think.
Oh,
so.
I don't disagree with that, but
Yeah, and so if angels can
that
do
makes.
it, I think.
I mean,
demons can do it.
yes, I could see that because, like, whenever a lot of places in the Bible where it talks about angels, they came in the form of people, of men.
Exactly.
Like,
Like they were like, oh, I saw them. They're of light
yeah,
and stuff.
exactly.
Like, that. Yeah.
Like the two angels or a lot of times it refers to as messengers.
Exactly, and that's what I was like.
Those are like actual people.
I
Like
don't think it's
in Sodom and Gomorrah, the two that came to the house.
exactly. They looked like
They thought they were just people. like-
exactly.
so I can get along with that line.
Lot thought they were just regular like people. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. And all of Sodom and Gomorrah came to Lot's house to
Address the strangers.
Yeah,
Right?
to
I think it-
make love with these
there- yeah,
strangers.
exactly. Yeah.
And he's
And then
like,
Lot's like, take
I'll
my
give
daughters.
you my daughters.
It's just like what?
But no, they were like, nah, we don't want your daughters.
See,
They're
that's
women.
what I'm saying. So it's just like if angels can do it, demons, it's like, what? And like I think there's so much like if you ever look into like or read or listen to people that like do exorcisms and stuff like that, it's like this is stuff that happens. It's not like super common, especially like not around here in the USA and stuff, but like especially in third world countries, like they're like, oh yeah, there's morphing and there's like disfigurements of like people and faces and all that stuff. It's like they're they're not denying it. They're like it's very clear that this is true.
I have seen the disfigurement of a person's face.
Really?
And their eyes change.
I've seen eyes. I've never seen
I've seen
face.
the eyes and the face.
I've never seen face. Actually,
And it
physically
is
move.
something that
eyes
will
are terrifying.
chill you. The eyes, too.
Yeah, the eyes
will
got me.
chill you to the bone. So
And
I have seen...
And the funniest thing is, or not funny, but the craziest thing is like I
don't even
knew
like to
it
think
wasn't.
about it, dude. It's
I
like-
know.
I don't even like talking.
Exactly, because I knew as soon as I saw the eyes, I'm like, that's not them. That's not the person that was there. It was like, this was some other being. This was something looking through their eyes, and it was like very clear. What's our thoughts on like levitation?
Levitation.
Yeah.
Dude, I have some thoughts. I mean along those lines.
Mm-hmm.
But, so, like, some famous magicians.
Yeah. Woo!
Dude,
Sorcery.
there are some things
That was straight sorcery.
that they
like
do that there's no
Witchcraft.
possible way you could do it without
Yep.
some sort of
witchcraft, like literally
Evil
straight evil divine
entity,
Like, yeah.
something. There, because, like, dude, even some, like, I've seen people come on America's Got Talent, and, like, there's, like, I used to, like, when I was a kid, I did, like, because my dad's cousin was, like, a professional magician. I got really interested when I was younger and stuff, did a lot of magic and stuff. Started to learn, like, and spot how these tricks could be done.
Really?
But a lot of these people now that I watch, dude, all of their stuff is like mind reading type stuff. A lot of the like you can't like I saw a guy on America's Got Talent one time who pulled out this map of the US and had all four of the judges come on there, stand up there, and he gave them a sticky football. It was like a Velcro wall. Unless they're in on the trick, which I doubt, which is possible, I guess. If the people are in on the trick, okay, that's cool. But basically, he had all of these judges come up there, throw a football or whatever it was at the U.S. map, and then put their head wherever that landed, this and that, and then like had a piece of paper that was folded up and sitting on the table before
Already?
he even started his act with each judge's face. No, actually, even crazy, it was a map. It was a map, and the football at each spot marked each spot where it landed on the map. Like, how do you do that? With like even all four judges would have to make an accurate throw to match the map perfectly where the ball stuck with each judge. I have no explanation for that one.
That was crazy.
That one, I was like, and they're just magic. They're using some sort of black magic here.
Well, they've done research about stuff like that. They've had like these people driving, like they'll be picked up by a taxi. They don't know that the experiment has already started.
Yep.
And they'll drive through town, and when they get to like the place that they're doing, they're handed like this test or like a piece of paper and like asked to write things or asked to do things. And you notice that they do things all that they've seen on the street before.
Dude, that's from a movie. What's the name of that movie? It's got Will Smith And the girl that plays
It's a movie.
Well, they've done
Harley
actual,
Quinn.
They've
Emma,
actually.
Emma. Oh,
I think maybe not Harley Quinn. Maybe. It's called
Margot
Focus. Look
Robbie?
up Focus. Margot Robbie. Margot Robbie
Robbie,
and
yeah.
Will Smith. Look it up, dude. You gotta watch this movie. It's all, which that actually makes a lot of sense with
What is it about? Like
a lot of that stuff. Look up. It's called Focus.
the movie is.
Dude, it is insane. So they're basically like scam artists. That's how they make their money.
oh,
And
15. I
they
don't know
go
if I've watched
around
this.
like they pickpocket people and then like
I've
make
definitely had to have seen this.
dude,
This
it's
looks really good movie.
insane, dude. He plants inside this billionaire's mind that's going to this football game later.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've seen it.
plants
I've
the
seen a
numbers
clip.
all around, like from
Yeah.
stuff they sent to his room, stuff in the hallways,
Manipulated him.
manipulated him in
gosh.
all
I've
these
seen that
different
clip.
ways.
I've seen that clip so many
And
times.
dude, yeah, it's from that movie. It is,
Yeah.
dude, it's insane.
I don't
but
I've
I
seen the
think
whole
that's
movie.
part. That's I think there's literally like parts where sometimes that's how I don't know, because sometimes like what you said on America's Got Talent, that is crazy, and I don't even know how you could explain that. But,
Dude, there's so many. I've seen
but
so
I
many
think
tricks.
other
it's
things like
oh,
that.
yeah. A lot of stuff.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can
definitely.
explain. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. He literally manipulated that guy for a whole day, planting stuff around him to where he would pick the football player's number and then bang, made freaking
A bunch of
millions
it,
off
yeah.
this dude betting on, because they were betting on the game the whole time. And then he's like, all right, double or nothing. He's down like $1 million. And he's like, pick any player on the field, off the field, on the sidelines, any player you want. And then he has them pick. And then he's like, I'll make it even harder. I'll make her pick. And she's like freaking out because she doesn't know about it yet, like that they manipulated this guy. And then she looks out on the field and their friend is on the sidelines. He's like this big fat dude, looks like a lineman. He's over there dressed in full uniform, so she knew who to pick. And she picked the number. And it was the same number that the guy, the millionaire
I
that was
picked.
up on him, same guy, same number, because they had planted that number around him so many times. And then like Will Smith explains how it works. Like, dude, that movie's
Yeah,
great.
that's
That's
See-
one of my favorite movies, honestly.
it's like when they explain. Did you guys ever watch Now You See Me, Now You Don't?
Yeah.
There's a new one. There's an older one, and then there's a
Yeah,
new
I've
one
seen
that just
both
came
of
out.
them.
It's really good, dude.
I love those movies.
It's like, oh my gosh, just how much they like had control of the whole entire thing.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, what? How do you plan this? Insane.
yeah, dude. Even like with on that one, the how they got their boss's information for his bank account by asking him questions about his childhood, because you have those security
Yeah.
questions to where like, is this actually your account? And they ask you security questions. So they'd ask him questions about his dog as a child or something, and like all these security questions that they would ask you to verify who you are. They asked this dude all these questions to get all of his information. It's like, wow, cooked.
Crazy work. Yeah, honestly, like back to the whole like, I think the Bible's very clear. I'm be honest. Like at this point, all the research I've done is right the whole time. it's like we're out here like looking. Oh, what's this? What's this? The Bible tells us what we need to know, and like there ain't nothing else we does. It's everything pertaining to life and godliness.
Yeah.
It's all there, dude. It's like the more you read it, the more you realize it literally has the answers in more
It
ways
is
than you
crazy
realize.
too, because like every single person on this planet is looking for the same thing. What am I here for? What is the meaning of life?
Exactly.
Like, regardless of who you are, where you're from, what kind of childhood you had, what kind of village you lived in, what kind of city you grew up in, what school you went to, everyone has the same question. And everyone knows only one single thing that every single person can agree on is that their time is going to run out. Like, it's everyone knows, like, I'm going to die.
Yeah, and it's death. People
Death is the one thing that happens to all of us.
exactly, and there's no answers exactly.
There's this one saying that says, "One day I will die in bed." One day I will die in bed while dreaming I could have done something else or something like that. It's like, hold on. I'll probably die in bed after a life spent dreaming of a very different end.
Dang, that's deep.
Yeah. It's sad,
Yeah, it is.
but that's life.
I promise tomorrow.
And dude, and that's literally life. Like, you literally probably have a very, I don't even know what the percent would be. Very low percent of people who actually, and they're never fully satisfied, especially if they're not, obviously if they're not Christians.
Yeah.
But you have a very low percent of people that have this outlook on their life very early on, and it turns out exactly the way they had it. Like, they got the dream job, the dream girl, they made the money, they got the car, they got the house. Like,
they did all the things.
very few people I would say most people look back on their life and like, this is not the life I had planned.
Absolutely. I think a lot of times it's like when they look back, it's a lot of times it's like, especially like if somebody's about to die and they're older, and like a lot of it, like I wish I spent more time.
Oh yeah,
It's-
dude.
especially with like
Or
family
someone
and stuff. It's
someone you
usually-
know dies, then it hits you like,
Oh yeah,
I
wish
could have
spent
done
more time with them. Or
I
done
could
more
have
stuff with them,
spent so much more time.
or been nicer in that
Dude,
phone
and
call,
that's
or been,
dude,
or
that's
went
one
up
of
there
those
and gave
ones,
them a hug. I was too thought on myself. Like I was
that's
too
one
selfish.
of those ones that like kind of hits me is like, because obviously I can't sit around, like I'm not gonna sit around and blame myself for
Yep.
something that happened, but like my uncle that committed suicide here a few years ago, I look back on that at times and I'm like, I live 45 minutes away from him and really only saw him 20 times a year maybe.
Yeah,
I could have gone and visited him more.
yeah.
Would it have changed? Could it have changed the outcome?
We'll never know.
We'll never know. But I can
But
learn
at
from
least
that.
I could have. Yeah,
Probably not.
Probably not. Probably not.
but I could have spent more time.
But at the same time, like, if he felt like he had nobody,
Mm.
and that's why he took his own life. But there's a whole lot of stuff surrounding
Yeah.
why he took his life too. On top of
a lot of
that,
build up.
I think suicide's one of the, I don't know, I've been really passionate about suicide recently. It's because
yeah, me too.
it's not just depression. It's a actual sickness because
Oh.
a lot of people are depressed and they don't kill themselves. For you to actually kill yourself,
it
it's
takes-
a sickness.
It takes a very, very distorted mind to
Yeah.
do that to yourself.
Yeah. And I think that also when people have it in their minds
takes-
that they're going to kill themselves, they're going to kill themselves.
It takes the lowest of low rock bottom to be like, yeah, I don't even want to live anymore.
a lot of times
and
it
actually
comes,
go through with
and
it.
it just like they like hit the bottom. They're like, I've got nowhere to go.
Absolutely.
And it like I feel like a lot of times it's like they can be depressed for a long time and just like battling.
Oh,
and all
yeah,
of a sudden
and
it's
it's-
just boom, nothing.
Yeah,
And,
and
it's
that's
just boom. It's a split second. That's what it, it's.
and
a split second
that's
decision.
that's where it's like someone that's like super depressed, like, and doesn't kill themselves. They're super depressed. Usually, someone that does kill themselves doesn't even have feeling left. Like,
Yeah.
they don't feel at all.
And
Like,
it's a lot of times you can't even tell
there's no
the people that like they don't even
good,
give
bad
signs.
feelings. Like, they just don't feel. They have no feel.
Yeah.
They don't, and it's sad.
care.
It
Do you
sucks.
think there's ever coming back from that?
Yeah, I think so.
me and my dad were having this conversation, and
It's rare, I think, but
he thinks that sometimes people have a sickness that actually just won't go away.
yeah.
And I think there's times where like people have literally attempted to kill themselves, but the Lord didn't let them. Like,
Oh yeah,
There's
that
tons of
happens.
miracles.
That
That's
happens
what
a
I'm
lot
saying.
too.
It's like-
Absolutely.
yeah. That's where it's like after when it's like multiple attempts on it. That's just like, especially like
Yeah.
in
I mean, I would. Yeah, I would definitely.
Nefarious was crazy too, when he shot himself, and it was a blank.
Yeah, I've like never come as far as like putting a gun to my head or anything like that. But I've definitely like been down for a long, long time,
Yeah.
and definitely had those thoughts before.
Absolutely.
On like, I would be better off dead. Like,
Mhm.
there's nothing left for me here. Like, obviously, that was a work of God that I'm not there anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have a question. Why do you think our ancestors didn't? They followed a different religion.
Of religion of Christianity.
Yep,
What
Well,
specific
before-
ancestors?
our
Like
ancestors.
early
like our ancestors,
American, like early America, or
Yeah.
how far back?
Just like
Specify.
yeah, not in the Middle East, right? Because I was having this conversation with someone, and I think because they were like, well, then why didn't our ancestors follow like Christianity? Because he doesn't believe in anything, right? And so I was trying to say to him that like the word just didn't spread, right? About it. I don't know if I can really explain it though.
I mean, I guess it
Are you
depends
talking
on
about a
who your
specific time
ancestors
period?
are.
Yeah, exactly. That's what.
Let me just pull it.
Because I would be willing to say most of our ancestors
Have
in
been
America
at least
definitely were
part of the
Christian.
gospel, and yeah,
well,
were
not
Christian.
in America though. It was more of the European countries because.
Well,
that's where
yeah,
we
I mean
used-
that came here and established
Well, yeah, we were-
America.
Yeah, but that was
Like the
that was
early
after. That's
Puritans and
Yeah, I mean, yeah, even with the pilgrims and
Yeah.
everything coming over here.
I mean,
not. Okay, hold on. I don't like that conversation. I don't even know what I was talking about, to be honest. But when it comes to morality, right?
Uh-huh.
Do you think that we are born with a sense of morality, or do you think we're nurtured?
Dude, that's actually a very popular topic.
I know, but I honestly really enjoy the conversations of morality because there's
It is an
It's just-
interesting.
C.S. Lewis
So-
says a lot of good points.
it's confusing and it's a whole. High key.
I think it's both. I think we're born with it, but also it can be twisted. It can be twisted into not being what's of your nature, I guess. I mean, obviously, like, the majority of people that's ever existed would agree that killing someone's not okay. And I don't think you have to be taught that.
But the thing is that I was having this conversation with a non-believer, and I was like, "Then what is morality to you? What are morals?" And he says, "When you see beauty in something, that is moral." And I was like, "Isn't that a subjective thing?" He goes, "Well,
Yeah.
killing's not beautiful." But then he also goes on to say
Yeah, what
how
defines you right and
beheading
wrong?
is beautiful.
Who says that's wrong?
Right.
Like, who says
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
right?
I
Where are
mean-
you getting that yes and no that's right
And that's the
wrong?
thing,
That's what
it's
I said.
like-
I said, "Isn't that subjective?" Because if you look at the people in Middle Eastern countries, right, and then also,
And
yeah,
that's where you have to have a standard of morality, which does come from God. Because, like, I think we are born with some sense of morality because we're created in the image of God, who's
Yep.
perfectly moral. But there has to be a standard, or everyone's morality is subjective to their own ideas, and that's a world of chaos. If people just were decided what was moral and wasn't, it would be absolute chaos. What if Hitler convinced everybody that killing Jews was okay? Like, it'd be crazy. Like, or if someone tried to convince everyone that, or even, I mean, even look at
Slavery.
slavery. Yeah, America's a country. Look at slavery. Like, at that time, it was like, oh yeah, like, these aren't even people.
Second question is, does the ends justify the means?
The what?
Does the ends, and this is the basis of utilitarianism, where you can justify the means by the ends.
Oh.
So, like, what do you, the consequences can be just, or like, the outcome, if it's a good outcome, you can justify a bad means. So, like, you can justify murdering if you save,
You murder one person, you save 5.
basically, like, like innocent person. We're talking about, like, you got to go kill that person, like, just.
Or
But
I'm
basically,
gonna
you could
get
justify like euthanasia. You can justify a lot of. There's a lot of other things.
Oh yeah.
You can justify it with utilitarianism. Let me see if I can get a good definition here.
Oh, because you could do that right now with the war that's happening right now. Is it worth killing all these civilians to get rid of the Islamic regime?
It's a big question.
Exactly.
I think we're just selfish.
Was it worth killing all the innocent people at Hiroshima? Because
Yeah.
Dude, funny. Okay, sorry, but Loki, funny joke, right? This bad timing. But I was at work, and I had this really cool table, and I Loki dropped how I was going to boot camp because they said they were gonna come back and see me. I was like, well, I gotta go to boot camp, and then they're like, oh, what force? And I was like, oh, the Air Force. He goes, dude, my grandpa killed a whole bunch of Japan people, like people in Japan. And I was like, Hiroshima? He's like, yeah. Do you think you're gonna get your numbers like that? And I'm like,
oh my
probably
gosh,
not.
dude.
I said, probably.
Grandpa's
not.
got the ultimate kill list.
Yeah. So I was like,
Don't think he thinks of it the same way.
my
No.
numbers are not gonna, hopefully not gonna be anywhere as close as that. Dropping bombs on Japanese people. But yeah, no.
I mean, obviously, you have to look at what does it mean. Is the outcome of what's happening in Iran, is the outcome going to be justifiable to kill all these civilians? I mean, that's the way you got to look at it. It's like, if we just stop killing everyone in Iran right now, if we just end that right now and be like, you know what, we're done here, then what happens?
Yeah.
That's the way you got to look at it.
I mean, I agree.
What's the possibility of something crazy that could happen if we just backed out of this right now?
Well,
I think now that we're in it, like, you can't back out now.
not only that, but I think part of Donald Trump's decision is that if he doesn't finish it now, then what's going to happen a couple years later, and he doesn't know who's going to get into office.
Exactly.
And yeah.
Yeah, if an action maximizes happiness, it is deemed morally right. If it increases suffering, it is wrong. That's the utilitarian view. But there's a such thing as moral absolutes, natural law. A good resource for that is C.S. Lewis, especially Mere Christianity. Mere Christianity just dives.
Yeah,
into
Mere
morality.
Christian-
It's just like
it's really good on
there
morality,
is a
sure.
such thing as objective truth.
Yeah.
There's a such
Like,
thing as this is right, this is wrong. There's such thing, and everybody has it.
Right.
Everybody
and
has
that's
the-
how C.S. Lewis described it in
written-
that book.
Exactly.
He
Natural law is written on the
he had
everybody's.
he had a quote along the lines of the basically on right and wrong and morality and stuff. I
Yeah.
forgot exactly how the quote
Dude,
goes.
he's so smart.
But it's something along the lines of, I wouldn't even be able to know that a line wasn't straight if I hadn't already known what a straight line was, or something along those
or
lines.
like what a crooked line. I wouldn't
Yeah,
know what a
something
straight
along
line
those
if I'd
lines.
seen
That
a
was-
crooked line.
Plato said something about that with trees, actually.
Yeah.
That
be.
Probably
we
two
know
different.
what a tree is because Plato says that we know what a tree is because we feel what a tree is. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
But
We'll
Friedrich
find the
Nietzsche
scroll.
believes that we know what a tree is because we've been taught what a tree is.
Yeah. It's a
You don't like
man
Frederick
does
Nietzsche?
not call a line
I don't
crooked
like
unless he has some idea of a straight line.
Yeah. You have to see. This is the thing that people struggle with is that when it comes to
Oh yeah, no, here's another one he had that was good. My argument against God was that the universe seemed so cruel and unjust. But how had I got this idea of just and unjust? A man does not call a line crooked unless he has some idea of a straight line. What was I comparing this universe with when I called it unjust? That's what it was.
That's good. That's
Yeah,
good.
That's one of my favorite C.S. Lewis quotes.
yeah, there's
Yeah, that's where morality supersedes. There has to be some sort of morality that's within the laws of the universe.
written on everybody because everybody
Yeah,
has it. They have
exactly.
an idea of what's
Everybody
right and wrong.
has some idea.
And then you
of
ask
it.
them, "Where'd you get that?" Oh, I got. It. And it's like a lot of
Exactly.
times.
It's
Like, no.
And I got in a debate with a guy on Facebook about this. He was an atheist. Dude, I used to get so I haven't gotten a Facebook debate in a long time. I used to get so many debates on Facebook. But me and this guy got into a debate about morality. He was not a Christian, and he's like, "Well, you don't need to be a Christian or believe in God to know what morality is." And I'm like, "So how do you define it?" And he said something along the lines of, basically, he was like, if I do something that I think would hurt me, like if someone lied to me about something, that would hurt me. So
That's not morally
That-
right.
that's not right. He thinks of it. He was like, we justify
But there's a
morality based
problem.
off of how it would make you feel. If someone punched me in the face, it would hurt me. That's not right.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to do that to someone else. So he kept going on this line of like, I was like, I sat there and thought about it for a
What
minute.
if murdering makes
And I
somebody
was
feel
like-
good?
So what if, because it's based off of your knowledge of something, I was like, if your wife is cheating on you behind your back, you guys stay married until the day you die and you never knew about it, it didn't hurt you in any way because you never knew about it, was it morally wrong?
It doesn't make it right.
And he's like, well, you could just be in a open relationship. Then I was like, that's not the question I asked. I was like, I asked if you found, or if your wife was cheating on you for 50 years of your marriage and you never find out about it, did what she do, was it wrong? And he never responded. I was like,
He's like, that's when
okay,
I'm
dude.
out.
Like, so obviously there's something outside of, it's like,
Yeah, math is not mathing on that one.
because your wife got enjoyment out of it. You didn't know about it. The other person got
hurt
enjoyment
you.
out of it.
Win-win.
Nobody was hurt. So it's like,
Why not? Literally.
where's the line then?
And he would have to stay in his line of logic. He
Yeah, you would have to be
agree.
like,
He'd be like, yeah, that's
yeah,
fine.
that's fine.
Then at
if
least
my
he's-
wife is cheating on me and I
Then
don't
I'd
know
be like, I'll
about it,
respect to him. Like at least you're lining up. But if you disagree with that, then
yeah,
we got
exactly.
some
And that's how a lot of
contradictions in the
people,
road.
a lot of people will hold on to their beliefs so hard to be like, yeah, you're right. No, my wife cheating on me is not a bad thing. Like, 'cause they don't want to admit that they could be wrong.
Dude, they
Like
know.
that's how it always
They know.
goes, dude. It's like Charlie Kirk was
Yep, I saw
debating
that.
that atheist. He's like, so you're saying that what Hitler did wasn't objectively wrong? And he's like, yeah, it's kind of the bullet you got to bite being an atheist. I'm like,
Literally. He's like, yeah, I don't agree with that one, but
goes,
that's how my
obviously,
logic
I
is."
would never do that. Like, lets the crowd know. He's like, but objectively, no, yeah,
Yeah,
that's the
fine.
bullet I got to bite being an
Yep.
atheist. Like, at least you're consistent.
Literally. Nah, it's hard arguing with fools.
Yeah, I mean that's
don't
just
win.
crazy. The fact that
Well, what makes something objective?
what makes something objective, I mean, basically,
no other way.
an objective truth would be
A majority.
something that can't be
Can-
wrong.
It can't be the other way.
Like
It can't
2
be
plus
wrong.
2 equaling 4 is an objective truth statement. It can't 2 plus 2, no matter how you do it, will always equal 4 in mathematics. Anyway, that's just an example.
But when it comes to murdering, do you think? I don't think that could be objective.
It depends on. Okay. So there's murdering. You gotta be like specific. I think whenever.
Murdering and killing,
Yeah.
you got to separate the two for
Yeah.
sure.
Murdering is
So do you
never
think
okay.
what
Murdering is never
what
okay.
Hitler did was murder,
Oh, absolutely.
right?
Objectively wrong.
Yeah, objectively wrong.
And murder is basically the killing of an undeserved life or whatever. It's
What makes something deserved and undeserved?
I mean, it depends on, obviously, a lot of that goes into your government's laws and stuff too. If your government has a law that says if you murder somebody, then you'll be put to death, then the person being put to death isn't being murdered.
Yeah.
They murdered someone. The laws justify that it's okay to take someone's life that committed a murder, an eye for an eye, whatever.
So
Die by the sword, live by the
If
sword.
the
Yeah.
law justifies it, it makes it objective.
Yes, as long
and
as
it doesn't
as long
go
as it doesn't go
directly-
out of the parameters of what the Bible says.
So there's
And that one's within
so,
very well within the Bible.
So there's
The sword.
cultural difference in objectives.
There, so
When
yeah,
it comes-
that's
yeah,
where you
the
have to
government,
bring it
yeah.
back to the
the
Bible.
civil government, yeah.
That's where you have to bring it back to the Bible. Because if you don't, then we could make all laws subjective and right and wrong. Realistically, like, that's where you have to have that one governing rule that supersedes, that goes above what is put in place by a government.
Yeah.
And that's the Bible.
So there's 4 institutes of authority that the Lord has ordained. There's the civil government,
Yeah.
the sword. There's the church. There's the family,
Yep.
and then there's your self government, basically.
Yeah.
So, and all of them have their own like boxes.
Yeah.
Of okay, they are
Each
allowed
roles.
to each role. They're allowed to exercise this amount of authority.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
then the government has the authority to exercise the sword when it comes to punishments like that. When it comes to
Right.
like for example, murder. If somebody commits murder to somebody else, the government has the authority to punish the person in whatever means they deem necessary.
Right.
If that means them being put to death, that is under their authority as the governing authority that the Lord. And this is the thing they understand is like the Lord ordains every king, every president, every governing authority. has
Every
been adorned
governing
by-
authority has been put in place by
God. So they have a
Whether
certain-
for good or for
this is a
bad.
good topic actually that I wanted to get into.
Yeah,
That
that's a great
they retain a certain level of respect that we should respect. Not that we when I say
Not that
respect,
we
I don't
should
agree
agree,
with everything
yes.
that they do because if they contradict
Right.
directly the Bible, that's where
Like,
we stand up.
for
sure.
example,
But there's a certain level of like disrespecting our governing authorities,
Right.
Which was funny because I recently was talking to a pastor, and he was talking about back in the day. I think it was was it? I think it was Bush. I don't know. One of the presidents back in the day when he was young, there was a joke at school, a running joke, like, "Oh, our president is this or that," and like he comes home and like his dad finds out about it. He's like, "We don't do that. We don't joke about our president." And I'm like, "Say what?" And I was like, it was a line that was being drawn that I had never really thought about. Is like, there's a certain level of respect that we have to have.
That's
for
a
our
good point.
governing, the civil government, like our governing,
And that's-
because they bear the sword.
That's a
And when we
good,
disrespect them, we're disrespecting God's authority.
That's a
that
good
he's
way to look
given
at
them.
it too.
And I'm like-
Obviously, like we don't have to agree with everything the
especially with
president
Biden.
does.
It's like
Hey,
my
Bi-
example would be
that
Biden.
was one of those things too. Is like
We still have to
I-
respect him as our
and-
governing
and
authority.
That was the thing too. Is like
He's not coming
I
out and
hate-
murdering all of us because we're all
I
Christians.
literally
There's
hate.
none of that was happening.
Dude,
That'd
the
been crazy.
division is so insane in this country. Like, it's like people.
There's no respect for presidents.
It's like people
zero.
that are on one side or the other. It's like they want the president that's not on their side to do bad. It's like, no, as much as I disagreed with nearly everything Biden did, like, I don't want him to do bad as a president. I live in this country. Like,
Yeah.
it's
And
insane
it
to
just
me.
brought up to me. It's like, like, where's the line? Where do we draw the line on like disrespect?
Yeah.
What is like? I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel like
Yeah, dude, like,
I've been like super
we
disrespectful to Trump.
don't,
like I feel
like-
like I've disrespected even Biden.
oh,
Like, all,
absolutely.
like
absolutely.
dissed on it, and you're like, oh
Absolutely.
my gosh, just like
We-
what?
that's the
what have I
mindset-
have been doing?
That's
like,
the mindset you gotta have. You
You have
can't
to have
have
the
this
mind- you
mindset
can't-
that he's just another guy. He's actually like the leader of the free world.
Exactly.
Like, he's been
He
put in place by God for a
ordained by
specific
God.
reason.
Exactly, and we
And
have
it-
to.
Obviously, if
And that's the authority problem that we have.
If I had
We
to
have an
look at
authority
it-
problem.
I had to look at it and be like, what reason did God put Biden here? It's so people didn't want a president like that again and voted someone else in there. We don't want Kamala. That's the reason the Biden presidency happened. Probably a million other reasons too, but that's one thing I look at as like, how did we get here? How did we?
And like straight slandering our president,
Dude, and
too.
that's
It's
like-
just like, gosh,
We should even respect the non-Christian ones.
absolutely. There's a
To a sense,
respect
to a
their
sense.
authority. You gotta respect that they have the authority given by God to bear the sword. And
Right,
like we're talking,
exactly. Even
Christians
I mean,
in the early church had this level of respect where they're even Paul, Jesus, and like Jesus was like render to Caesar what is
render to
Caesar's.
Caesar's what is Caesar's.
Like
yeah.
he showed a level of respect nobody was like. They're like, what? When he said that, I bet they're like, render to Caesar. What do you mean by that? You know,
Yeah.
they're like,
especially because they
thought,
hated Caesar.
because the Jews thought Jesus was gonna straight come with the sword.
Yeah,
and,
they
like,
thought
start-
he was coming to take
slice,
out
take
Caesar.
him out, and it just goes and says, render to Caesar what is Caesar.
They're like,
What do you
"Oh."
mean by that? And it's like
They said, "Hold up, we got to put this guy out.
literally because he's blasphemy. Like, what is this?
What is this? Who is this guy?" Like
Heresy.
They had this insane perceived idea of who they thought Jesus was going to be,
Exactly.
and he was the exact opposite.
In a way, yeah, that they thought he was going to be. And it humbled him.
Yeah.
Straight humbled him. The Pharisees, they were like, we're better.
We're better. You walk around here like you're perfect or something. Who do you think you are? Like, that's how they act.
You're switching things up?
Yeah,
Well,
what-
we know the law.
We know the law. We added 600 of our own laws to your law.
So it's like, I think you have to kind of look at, like, how did Paul respect the governing authorities? Like, how did he, like, in situations like that? We just got to look back and, like, it's the best way you can look at it. Is like,
Yeah, dude.
what did Jesus, how did he go
Paul
about?
literally, I mean, obviously this isn't.
If
in
Paul
the
was here right
scriptures.
now, what would
This
he
is
do?
in the scriptures,
what would he
but
talk about?
Paul literally probably respected the very people that were arresting him because
Oh,
they were
absolutely.
in charge. They were
Like,
authority figures.
persecuting him.
They were literally persecuting
We
him.
don't even have
Paul
that problem.
was literally probably like, "Thank you guys.
Like, we're not even
you're-
being persecuted.
You're doing your job. Like,
Just
I
imagine,
appreciate you."
Imagine the government
I love you,
persecuting
like, dude.
us. Imagine how much even
That's one of
less
those
than
things
we
that
have right
still-
now. How much less respect we would have than right now.
it's
So,
so
oh, he's
insane.
persecuting. Oh, heck no,
Dude.
We don't.
Okay, but we have to take that
Okay.
in do that with literally every single country, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Uh,
Well,
What do you mean? Well, that's the
yes,
thing. That's what
yes,
I'm trying to say.
yes,
If
we
you say
do.
that,
Yes,
because you're trying to
yes,
say
but we're
that-
not under their authority.
Yeah, we're not. But
But
I'm
we do
saying
have to
They
have
are.
some sense of
if
respect.
we're-
Oh, absolutely.
We have to have
we're
some
under-
sense of
Yeah,
respect
for the other governing authorities that God has ordained.
for
yeah.
Netanyahu, for dude, like
The
it's
worst of the
crazy to
worst.
think about these things. Like
The worst.
I
of the
have to
worst.
have
the ones that
respect.
persecuting Christians. Yeah.
Yeah, gotta respect Kim Jong Un. Dude, it's mind blowing to think of that
Because they possess the authority given to them by God.
craziness.
And like we have to
But
realize it's
on
like
some, I've just
What do you mean
Basically,
given to him by God?
on
everybody that's ever been in like
everybody
a
that's
position of power, like
yeah,
king,
a position like
have been like
king,
basically
president,
put in by
emperor.
God. I
Why?
don't know. Let me look at the verses.
there's a verse on
There's
it.
a
Yeah.
specific
it
verse where it's
specifically
like every
talks about
king
God
of the
putting
earth has
them in
ever
place.
been.
I
put
think
in
it's
place.
Romans 13.
I thought they used the word ordained. I keep using
That-
the word. I feel
they
like
do
it's
use
ordained by
yeah.
God.
They do use it. I'm pretty sure they use ordained.
At least in the
I'm
ESV.
pretty sure it's
At least
Romans
in ESV.
13.
Yeah, it's 13:1. 13:1.
Yeah. Even like obviously like Kim Jong Un or someone like that, like Adolf Hitler was literally put in place.
Mhm.
It's crazy when you think about that.
There's only categories. of
But
people
that's
in
the
power.
sense of like you
Yeah.
have to have respect for them, but at the very only sense that God put them there for a reason. That is the only line
Yeah,
you
here we go.
really have to hold on.
Starts right out here in Romans 13. Let every person be subject to the governing authorities, for there is no authority except from God. Those that exist have been instituted. There we go.
Instituted, that's the
Instituted
word.
by God. Therefore, whoever resists the authorities resists what God has appointed, and those who resist will incur judgment. For rulers are not to do good conduct. See, then there's where he starts putting in rules. It's like, okay,
Right.
if they are terror and like,
Yeah.
so there's definitely a level of like,
and then
right.
it talks about how obviously
but-
man's
wait.
law versus God's law, and like always follow God's law over man's law. If you come to a situation that one's contradicting the other.
So if the government contradicts the Bible,
Yeah.
Or does not bear
Then
the
you
sword
follow
in vain.
what the Bible says, even if it means you're going to get arrested for it.
But if you do
So-
wrong, be afraid, for he
That's,
does not bear the sword in vain.
Actually, an example of
Serve
that is when COVID happened and Gavin Newsom basically shut down the entire state of California, shut down every single thing that you could do. You couldn't have a certain amount of people in your house. Like, it was a freaking dictatorship over there during
13's
COVID.
crazy.
So, in California, when COVID happened, they made sure every public activity, every church had to close their doors. So, John MacArthur, he was like, nah, we ain't closing our doors. We don't care what the government says. We're not shutting down our church. And there's actually a documentary about John MacArthur not shutting down his church. It's pretty good. Where
Really?
it talks about it. But, yeah, John MacArthur's like, we're not shutting down. Because here you come to a point where man's law versus God's law. John MacArthur's like, obviously, I'm sticking with God on this one. So it goes into court and everything else. And John MacArthur and his church win the court case. They're allowed to have church services during the height of COVID when Gavin Newsom's like, I don't even want you looking at each other through your windows across the neighbor's house. And that was awesome because, like, regardless of a pandemic, it doesn't supersede the freedom of religion. That, like, you can't get around that. I don't care what happens. Like, you can't not just be like, oh yeah, you know what? COVID's happening. You can't go to church anymore. Sorry. Like, and I think that was a big part of it. Like, I think that was like, they wanted that to happen for some reason. That's what was crazy is like, they were shutting churches down but they weren't out there enforcing the law on all these protesters at the time either that were burning the country down during COVID.
So we even have to respect like police officers.
Yeah.
Are those people
Yeah,
that's been put in authority?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Even the bad ones?
Yep.
I mean, to a certain degree, yeah. We don't. It's not that we condone what they do.
Right.
We don't condone their moral decisions.
Right.
We're not condoning, like, for example, what President Trump does, like, at times. We don't
Yeah.
condone that.
No.
But there's a certain level that I think is definitely we've gone out the window. There's a certain level that we've just don't care.
Okay, then explain to me what respect means to you.
That's what I'm saying. That's
Yeah,
why,
there we go. Let's
like,
define
level,
respect.
exactly. At what level do we show
Yeah.
respect?
And
Like,
that's
where do we draw the line?
yeah, and that's the thing is like if
Is
you
it
have
joke-
a
is this
horrible,
joke
horrible,
okay, or is
horrible
this-
leader, you respect them in what's respectable.
The thing is, I think there's a difference between respecting and following.
Oh, absolutely.
Right?
Big
So-
big difference.
So
Big
I
difference.
would say that respecting is being like, hey man, get on, like, it's like a level to level. It's like, I'm not going to disrespect you, call you names. I'm not going to do that. I
Right,
think
yeah.
calling names is too far, right?
Yeah.
Donald Trump shouldn't be called name. Biden shouldn't be called name. No one should get
Yeah,
called
yeah, yeah.
names.
No.
Because that's disrespect.
Yeah.
Right.
But I think saying, I don't agree with what you're saying, that's not disrespect.
No, that's
No.
completely respectful.
But that's what you're saying by condoning. You don't.
Yeah, you don't.
exactly.
Yeah,
We disagree.
you
with
can
whether they're
fully
good,
disagree
yeah.
and be fully open
Biblically
about
not
your.
okay that you're doing
You can be
that.
fully open about your disagreement.
But however, this is what I'm asking, right? If Donald Trump, a person of authority,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
What's something realistic, right? What is something that is a
No,
realistic?
you could say,
thing?
okay, for example, like he's a pedophile. Like, let's say it all comes out.
No, I'm saying why by directing.
Oh, directing. Okay.
Donald Trump tells us, all right, everyone, leave your house.
Yeah, I
To
would
not
have
follow that is that
to-
disrespect.
I think that's an example that Dylan.
Yeah, I think that's. I mean that goes back to
Your own.
your own freedom. Like,
Yeah,
no,
self-government.
if he's doing something that deliberately disrespects your freedom, I don't think you have to follow it.
Yeah.
Like getting drafted.
That goes back to a government law.
And I think that's in there. I guess you.
And
could
that
say
goes
that's
back
in-
to-
I guess I would have to agree that that's within their.
Whenever you turn, or before you turn 18, you have to sign something that you're agreeing to be a member of the selective service.
Yeah, men
I had
do.
to sign it.
Men do.
When
So, and that's the thing is like,
I've never signed that. Then.
you never signed it.
Well, it's because
Dude.
did you go to school?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't go. To
You
school.
were you still have to like arrange to sign that. Like,
Yeah, you
if
better
they have a
sign that.
draft right
23
now,
game.
Sam, you could actually go to prison.
Yeah.
Like, not lying, you could
They
actually go to
haven't came
prison.
for me yet.
That's insane. Usually, when's the last time you went to a DMV? Because they have a thing there where you, if you're not
probably
signed
under
up
it.
for it, I bet.
They probably do whenever you're like.
I feel like
It's
the
just
last, I
one of
remember,
those little. Oh yes.
Oh,
Part
yeah.
I
Of it.
do
might
think
be
it's a
one of those
DMV
things.
thing too, if I remember right. I think they can see on the right, oh, you're not signed
You
up
gotta
with the
check
selective
this.
service.
Sign here.
Sign right here to sign your life away in case we go into a world war or something
Mm-hmm.
like that. And we need you. Like, dude, I'm just trying to get license plates on my car. Like, come on now.
Are you a donor?
A donor?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think anyone would want my organs.
Are you a donor? Yeah. Donor. Yeah.
Yes.
I used to not be for a while. And it
Did
wasn't
you?
like on purpose, but I would make jokes about it all the time. Like, no, I'm not donating my body organs. Like,
If I don't need them, who someone else can have them.
you think I want to save someone's life if I get in a car wreck or something? You think they're gonna use my organs anyway? I used to always make jokes about it. And then the last time I had to renew my license, oh, you're not a donor. You want to be a donor? I was like, you know what? Yeah, this joke's going on too long.
Dang.
I don't know though, dude. Like,
Dude, it's just
if
like
you're an organ donor, do you think
we don't even have a
there's some?
king either. That's the thing. my gosh, I couldn't imagine.
Dude, what if whenever you sign up to be an organ
We
donor
have so many freedoms. It's
and then you
insane.
die, they just like harvest your organs and
And what am I?
the
gonna do?
elite
What am I gonna
the
do about
elite
it?
actually eat them?
What am I gonna do about it? Nothing.
That's what the
They
elite
send them to Israel.
they send them to Israel.
They send them to the
I'll
ball.
come
brothers.
back from
That
the
makes-
Fucking
grave.
ball.
Yep. That's it.
What'd you say about freedom, Samuel?
I don't know. I said something random. Freedom what? Yeah, dude. Romans 13 is crazy.
You said something about kings, and then said
Oh, Kings.
you just said something.
I think it was a thought. Let me see if I can remember. But like back to what I was kind of talking about, it's like we're not even. It's like it's hard to imagine what it would be like, even back in the early church days, the first Christians.
Dude.
What they went through, like the martyrs
The fact that
died,
dude,
and it's like if you ever read the is it called the Book of Martyrs?
Fox's Book of Martyrs.
Fox's Book
yeah.
of Martyrs. Oh my gosh, dude! I'm not gonna lie, my mom would read the stories from that.
Crazy
That
stuff.
was the worst time ever. I literally would be scared to death. I'm like, that's insane, because she would read us how like graphic they would die. I'm like, oh. It was
Yeah,
terrifying.
the
I
book's
was probably
very
like 8.
graphic.
I was probably 8.
The book's very graphic.
And the other kids were younger than that. And I was like, how did he die? It's crazy
Well,
word.
I mean, even what is it in the book of James where they slaughter all the Christians, and this is whenever like
Probably. I don't remember, though.
Saul was like basically coming after them, right? No.
Oh, yeah. He would.
It was like denounce your faith.
Yeah.
Is that in the book of James?
Not James.
Acts.
It'd probably Acts. It'd probably be Acts.
Probably be
The
Acts.
Acts. But yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, dude, some
Yeah.
of the stuff that
Yeah.
Dude,
Paul was,
there
right
was-
there.
even
Persecuting the
dude,
Christians in the early church.
Even if you look into some of the
Just insane to think about.
some of the persecutions that the Roman Catholic Church did, like in the 1600s, 1500s, dude, crazy stuff, dude. Like, I don't know how many people they just burned alive in the street, like.
Oh, yeah. And then feathered with tar and put feathers
Yeah,
on.
the
It's like, oh my
dude,
gosh,
insane
dude.
stuff. There was one. I remember there's one. I forgot who it was. It's like some crazy story. They burned this guy at the stake, and he didn't die. And he's like, "You're gonna have to flip me over and burn me again." Like, dude.
No,
like,
dude, the stuff
as
they
he was
say
burn-
as they're dying.
Dude, that's one of those ones.
I'm like,
That's
oh my
really crazy.
gosh,
Like,
dude.
they know, like, these are men of God that are like.
I think there's a couple ones too.
There's
where it's
so
like,
many things that have happened. Like,
there's somebody in the crowd that ends up dying with them too, because they were
Yeah.
like, oh heck,
Well,
this guy knows. the
what's
truth.
crazy-
And they're like, I'll put him in there too.
so, Jan Hus was a guy that was burned at the stake by the Roman Catholic Church.
Uh-huh.
And in his dying words, as he was being burned alive, he said, 100 years from now, somebody is going to come and they are going to turn your world upside down, or something along those lines, to the Roman Catholic Church. Guess who comes 100 years later?
Martin Luther.
Martin Luther. Almost 100 years to the exact day, almost. Insane prophetic stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's one of those ones that really blows my mind. It's like, dude, this guy's like Martin Luther ain't even been born yet, and he's like 100 years from now. Y'all better just sit tight, because something's about to happen. And then 100 years later, Martin Luther comes and shakes the
start of the Protestant church.
shakes the faith of the Catholic Church.
It's crazy to think some of the biggest characters in the Bible are the ones that have either
Dude, that
done off some of the worst sins you could think of, and are the most powerful for the faith. It's just like,
Yeah, dude.
it's like you look at all these big, like Moses, Noah, all of these big Abraham, like all of them. It's like they were like sinners. Obviously, for obvious
dude.
reasons. It's like,
Paul literally
and
persecuted
then Paul
Christians
has literally
before,
killed Christians before he. The road
and then
to
writes
Damascus.
2/3 of the New Testament.
I didn't know his name was originally Saul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
The
didn't
road
know
to
that.
Damascus changed. Actually, no. The messenger wasn't it the messenger. Your name is now going to be.
Yeah.
Was it the
Which
messenger
that's
that told
another
him?
that's
What was
another
his name?
big
Was it start with an A or something?
yeah.
His name was Saul, I thought.
No, there's a messenger that came.
Oh.
Oh, dude, the story of the messenger is so beautiful because he's like, so you wanted me to go to Saul, the guy that kills Christians.
Right,
And so
yeah.
that's what it sounded like whenever I read it. He's like, so Lord, you want me to,
Right.
you know he kills.
You know what
Christians.
he does, right?
you know, okay, I got you. I'm going. All right,
Yeah.
I'll see that. it's like, no, but it was a really cool story. I think it's an act somewhere.
Do you think that there's some things from other religions that we could take and be like, I wish Christians did that more?
Absolutely, I see it all the time.
Oh
think-
my gosh,
I
dude.
think the ability, like
I look
I
at
think
Catholics, I look at Baptists, I look at even not even like other
well,
religions.
Baptist is a form of Christianity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know, but I'm not even saying. I'm just giving the like
I'm
little
talking about-
slight. Yeah,
I'm-
even farther than
I'm talking
that.
about Muslims.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. There's
So,
stuff that
praying.
exactly their
Well, they're
the realization of like holiness and,
And
that
that's
this
the-
is
yeah,
sacred.
they're-
This is like a holy temple. Like woo,
Yeah.
stuff we don't even
which
get.
they're just like in a sense, a branch of the old covenant.
Yeah,
They're branched off from,
but not saying they are one of
they're-
the ways.
yeah.
There's only one way.
No,
Jesus
no,
Christ.
they're
Not saying that.
absolutely not a way.
Exactly.
Absolutely,
But
in
saying-
no way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
They're
They have
they're
good-
an Abrahamic religion.
Yeah. They have good moral values. There's some of them, not
Yeah.
all of them, but like there are some good moral values. Like, what is his name? Who's the author of Muslims, or not author, but like,
Muhammad?
yeah, Muhammad.
Yeah,
Muhammad the
Muhammad.
pedophile?
No, see, like,
Yeah,
there-
no.
not all of them, but there is things.
Hold
and
up.
obviously you can see, that's not all of them, but like,
Well, that's
there's
the,
definitely
well, that's the
things
thing
that
too.
He
Is
understood that we use, like-
American-
I think a lot would do with holiness and stuff like
Dude.
that. Sacred.
a lot of like American Muslims, they don't know half the stuff that's in the Quran.
Yes,
yeah.
dude.
There's a lot,
100%.
and there's a lot of watered down stuff in even
Oh,
like
yeah.
American versions
Absolutely.
of the
I'm not
Quran.
condoning anything that they do. or anything
There's
like
stuff in there that people's like, if you told someone that's like, oh yeah, I'm a Muslim, blah blah blah, and they're like, did you know it says this, and
that. Like, oh,
this
no.
surah of the Quran? They'd be like,
no.
no, it don't say that.
A lot of people didn't.
A lot of people didn't even know that Muhammad
was
was a pedophile. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, literally.
It kind of.
And then like the hardcore Muslims will like try to like justify it, like they have a sense of like, oh yeah, like I wouldn't do that, but Muhammad was Muhammad. Like,
Yeah, so he's good.
that's
Or
another thing,
even
dude. That's
John
like-
Smith. Like, what was it? What's the word for having multiple wives? Is it sort of
Mormon,
polygamy.
Polygamy.
polyamorous,
Polygamy.
Polygamy.
polyamorous.
Yeah.
Polygamy.
Stupid.
It's just like,
Joseph Smith.
and then justifying things, and then later they don't
Yeah,
accept
dude.
that in the Mormon church because they're like, oh,
Yeah,
I think
dude,
you
like,
kinda
Jos-
stretched this one.
Joseph Smith, dude, he was insane. Like, he never finished it, but Joseph Smith was actually writing his own translation of the Bible. And he was putting himself into Old Testament prophecy.
Dude.
Insanity, dude.
Demonically inspired, no cap.
Like, bro, you were literally writing yourself into
A
the
person
Bible for your
speaking to
church that
you
you
was a-
started.
Demon.
Dude, and that's the thing is like all of these whacked out religions, every one of them started with a guy who's like, God told me, blah, blah, blah.
Well, I'm telling you. So Muhammad, whenever he went to that cave,
G's.
Muhammad, when he went to the cave, right?
Mm-hmm.
It says somewhere in the Bible that there will be false.
Prophets.
Oh, absolutely.
Prophets.
Well, false, not just false prophets, but there's like things where it's saying that like I
Things will, come to you.
somewhat believe Muhammad did see something and someone did tell him something, but
Absolutely.
I don't think that it was
good or of a good spirit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because they're
maybe.
spirits.
But there's things in the Bible.
Not
There's
good
something.
ones.
There's something in the Bible that kind of like, almost, call like is like, hey, this is about to happen. Basically, I don't know what Mama was showing me. It was like a video of this guy like going deep into the Bible. It was like, low-key crazy. But
Yeah. Yep. It is crazy.
and that's why American Muslims are more civilized is because they don't actually
They don't
understand.
know. They don't understand their own.
They don't understand. But it's like
A lot of them are people that grew up in a Christian home and just didn't have a good experience
Yes,
with
it's-
it.
it's
They're like,
almost
you
like-
know, maybe this is the right way to go.
a lot of Muslims like actually just remind me of Catholics. Like American Muslims remind me of Catholics.
Very
Because
similar
the thing
in
is-
the way they act and their
Yeah, when I went to Kentucky, right?
reverence and stuff. Yeah.
When I went to Kentucky, the person I was there with, their stepdad was a Muslim, and which kind of scared me a little bit because he didn't know I was Christian until I told him. And he was like, "Oh," I was like, "All right, please don't kill me, bro."
Right, exactly.
But I was like, "Don't behead me." But
Like there's
yeah, but he was like every time he would get mad, he'd go pray. Every time you could see like something was holding him back from like lashing out because he went to prison for chopping someone's hand off.
Oh.
And then that's how he met. That's how he got into.
you probably really were scared then.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was like, every time like the person I was with was like, yeah, Crow's a Christian. He was like, oh. I was like,
Another thing that is like they don't tolerate disrespect either.
yeah,
Oh,
no.
They're like, oh, you disrespected our religion?
I know.
Cooked.
Well,
Yeah.
me and my grandma were talking about this, and she was looking crying about it, and I was like, oh man. But she was saying she's very scared of Muslims, very scared. There's a reason to be scared of Muslims, right?
Absolutely.
But she was like, sometimes I think about if the sword was at my neck, of course I wouldn't denounce my faith. But if the sword was at my grandkid's neck, would I denounce my faith? And she goes, absolutely not, because they would kill you and they would kill me anyway, and I'd be
Yeah.
denouncing my faith.
Yeah.
They'd kill you even if they denounce. Even if you said God isn't real,
Yeah.
Yeah.
my God is a false prophet. It's like
Yeah.
that you're still
Yeah,
getting
no,
killed.
they
no
just
matter
wanted
what.
to see you
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah, you're getting murdered no matter what. But I think there's Muslims in America waiting to kill us.
I think there's a lot of them.
Yeah, and that's why I was
And they are
scared being in that
wide.
house. I was
They
so
are
scared.
widespread.
Saying, I'm scared of
Dude,
Muslims.
I'm telling you, you go, especially in these like university cities and stuff that have all these
Yeah.
colleges.
Yeah.
Go look. You'll-
Michigan. I'm pretty sure Michigan has Minnesota.
Michigan, dude. Even go down to St. Louis, dude. They're everywhere around there.
The thing is, it's a lot where black African American people are at, right? Prisons. There's
Yep.
more Muslims than Christians in prison. And it's kind of weird to think that, right? There's more Muslims. That's how my dad started learning about he was never Islamic, like followed an Islamic religion. But yeah, I think that is crazy. A lot of people do that. And a lot of black populations, there's more. A block. Was it A block? C block? You know, where it's like a whole bunch of like, you know, right?
Yeah.
Muslims who don't even know anything about the Quran, except for they know when to fast and they know when to,
Right.
yeah.
I was just researching what happens if you denounce your faith unto death, basically. like if you're being persecuted and then you're about to be beheaded or whatever, obviously you don't lose your salvation.
You don't
Right.
lose your salvation?
No, Peter denounced the
Yeah,
faith
3 times.
3 times.
But what it does say, and I'm getting this from Revelation 2:10, is, and this is the verse that it's quoting, is, do not fear that you are about to suffer. Fear what you are about to suffer. Behold, the devil is about to throw some of you in prison, that you may be tested, and for 10 days you will have tribulation. Be faithful unto death, and I will give you the crown of life. So basically, it's just saying, like, you won't receive, if you are not faithful unto death, you will not receive the crown of life. Which is like, ooh, shoot. So, like, what does that mean? You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know if there's much more Bible in that one. And it's like, and then there's the gifts, or the, what's the better word? I think it's a better word. Rewards in heaven.
Your treasures in heaven.
Yeah. That, like, that there's definitely going to be rewards, and we don't know what that looks like at all. Like, we only have, like, a word, basically. I think there's only, like, one, or maybe a couple verses about that, but I don't think there's very many on that, which is interesting to think about. And it's crazy because I feel like some Christians are so eager to chase a crown. But then it also talks about we are going to lay all our crowns at the feet of Jesus. It's like,
You know what I don't like?
what?
The aesthetic of Christianity right now. Christianity is just like an aesthetic thing.
Dude, American Christianity is the absolute worst.
Fakest crap
And
you've
that's
ever
why
seen.
so many
Oh
people
my gosh,
are
dude,
looking
I
into
hate-
Catholicism. That's why so many people are looking into Catholicism, though.
And that's
It's
what
just
I
like-
hate about it.
Yeah. So, like, my biggest thing, right, it actually, like, I went on a whole
The
tangent last night.
lukewarm
Like,
Christians.
a whole tangent. What? Oh, yeah.
Lukewarm.
A whole tangent last night is that you see so many people use God when it comes to relationships. It's mostly relationships, and it pisses me off so bad because so like whenever it talks about, well, Jacob waited 7 years for Rachel, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're missing the whole concept of Jacob. You're missing the whole concept.
He worked.
You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, yeah, he was the prodigal son.
Dude.
He was the prodigal son. And they miss that. And it's because Christians are so surface level that they see, of course, it is a
Absolutely.
beautiful thing that is looked into, right? But whenever you don't even know the Jacob story, it's like you don't even know what you're talking about, bro. It's like you don't even actually know what you're talking about. Now, if someone were to say it who's already intelligent and then they looked into it, that's a different story. But whenever it's just like, I saw this TikTok about,
Is that a horn?
yeah, I saw someone on TikTok talk about this dude named Jacob, and he waited 7 years for Rachel. He worked for 7 years. It's like, dog, you don't even know. You don't even know. Or like the whole people romanticize getting their ex back so often. It's like it's just people romanticize it, right? It's like, I yearn for my ex and I have such an attachment to my ex that they go on to say, God broke us up, so one day we will find each other and be better. Brother, nowhere, where is that in the Bible? Go ahead, point me to the scripture.
Dude, I'm convinced that most of the stuff, Christianity related stuff, I see people post on TikTok. I'm convinced these people have never actually read the Bible.
I know,
like,
dude.
never read a
Scripture
full chapter
snatching.
of a Bible.
Yeah.
A lot of
It's
scripture
so
snatching.
annoying. And then, well, the place that I go to, right? The church that I go to, I don't want to name drop, but everyone knows, right?
Yep.
But false Christians everywhere. They are going for the aesthetic of
Oh
Christianity.
my gosh, dude.
And I don't like
You find
it.
a lot of those. in
You know
bigger
what I like
churches.
more?
They're everywhere, dude.
I like way more than like the skirt Christians, the with the Bible.
They all look the same.
I love the Christians that are like deep into like almost like powerful like just like almost scary. Almost
Yes.
scary.
Raw.
almost
Fear
scary.
of God
it's
in
like,
you.
It's like you don't even know, bro. You don't even know. You're sitting in church with your legs crossed. and
Yeah,
you're gonna,
exactly.
You're gonna worship, but
Dude,
you
that's
don't
what I'm
know.
If
You
my
don't know.
pastor came into one of these churches like that
Yeah.
around here, few that I know of, people would be like, who does that guy think he is talking to us like that? When he's literally preaching the word of God straight to you.
It's also a lot of churches are one. I have a problem with this, like a huge problem with this. Why
Dude.
do I like my church so much? Is because of the material things, right? Love the music. I
Oh
love
my
the
gosh,
lights.
dude.
I love
I've
it,
literally
and
heard
I
so
ha-
many
and I
people say
hate
that.
about myself.
Oh, the lights, the
Yeah.
music.
The
I
music
just
makes me feel the
I
Holy
feel
Spirit flowing
you
in
can
into
just-
me.
That's literally me. That's
we
the
probably
problem.
shouldn't be mocking like the people that
And
say
then the
this
next
stuff,
day we're
but,
like, we're vibing out
it
to-
aggravates me, bro.
No, okay. This is my problem. Is like, if we
Or the
can't
one- oh,
if
man,
we
we're
worship
about to get
harder
on
in a
topic
like
now.
let's say like we worship harder in like a secular music than we do on Sunday, I have a big problem with that.
Oh, absolutely.
Or like we worship at a concert, like a not godly concert,
Yeah,
like
secular
and we're like
concert, yeah.
woo, and we don't do that on Sunday. I'm woo. What are we doing? So that's why like if I'm gonna do, let's say I'm like vibing out to this song, and it's definitely not. It's more of a secular song. And I'm like, oh, this is fire. I'm like,
Yeah.
wait, oh shit.
Oh, dude.
Caught me.
Another thing
And
that
I'm like,
drives me insane.
We're doing this new move on Sunday. Like we've got to get it out there. Like you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna worship Jesus with this.
Start hitting the
Yeah,
Dougie.
no. See, that's one thing I don't do is if they're especially if there's younger people around, I don't do moves that are gonna connotate bad connotations and in their mind like, what the flip is he doing? I ain't doing
Front
those
row.
moves. I'm not
Front
doing
row,
those moves.
hitting the whip and nay.
Not doing those moves. But if
Okay,
I'm not
there's
worshiping
also-
as hard,
Here's another one.
Is
That
they doing like
irks
a
me, bro? And we
jam out
we
sesh?
all know at least one person like this. That person that always posts Christian stuff, no matter what it is, and you know that person and their life is like, nah, bro, stop.
yep, gotta live it, dude. You gotta live it.
I
You
just-
can't be that
dude,
one day a week Christian. It doesn't work like that.
literally, they will. I know people. They post every one of their posts are Christian posts.
That's why, like,
And
honestly,
they
I stay
are-
away from posting
dude,
Christian
they
stuff
are-
because it's like
Like you see,
I'm gonna
you
be
don't
a,
see
I'm gonna
any
be a
fruit.
hypocrite.
It's
I already
like,
know I'm
yeah,
gonna be.
dude.
If I post one verse, I just know I'm gonna be a hypocrite. It's like I'm gonna post a verse and it's like, oh, and I do it the next day. It's like what are we doing?
Right.
And like the biggest thing that eats me up is like let's say the Lord's feeding you some really good advice for somebody, and like dude, they're eating it up, and like this really changes their heart. They come to find out that like you're, especially when it comes to, like, this is the same example with pastors. Like they come to find out you had an affair with somebody, and you just gave up preaching on fantastic preaching. Still, the Lord is still speaking through you on committing adultery and all this wonderful, and then it burned on their heart, the people that were listening to it, like, oh my gosh, I'm caught, like I can't do this no more, like something like that. And you find out, it's like, oh my gosh, dude, that's the thing that eats me up. I can't be like, if somebody was to find out like the way I live and what I say on the
Oh,
opposite side, it's like,
absolutely.
what a hypocrite,
Oh, we all would
biggest
be
Pharisee
guilty.
ever.
We'd
And I'm
all
like,
be guilty of that for sure.
it's like we think of ourselves like, oh, this high and mighty is like, oh, this good stuff I'm saying, and then we ain't living it. It's like,
Absolutely.
what are you doing?
I think whenever I
Hate
post,
it, dude.
definitely.
I hate it.
because I be posting Bible verses, but mine are like God's creation's beautiful type,
Yeah,
like
type.
very, instead of like follow this and do this, because I feel like a hypocrite. Like I be slipping a lot, and it's like
Oh,
hard for me
absolutely.
to like. But it's a good reminder for people. Like sometimes I send my friend Mason Bible verses, and I'm like,
Oh
yo,
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
appreciate some of these things. He commented under my post, God is dead.
Right.
Did you see what I commented back?
No.
Dude, I didn't even have to say much. And the thing is, I saw this verse literally like 5 minutes before
Before he
he
said God is
commented
dead?
this. And I was like, I forget actually which one it is actually. Because I saw it on someone's story, so that's kind of messed up. But I was like, this is a good one, I should definitely do it. I don't know what it was. But I think it was something, I don't know. But he just replied back and was like, not true or something like that. And I was like, Priscilla was in it like, okay, Carly. Priscilla
Clock
was in
it.
I thought it was funny. But I think things like that, but it's also hard to talk to people and like
About it.
I try not to talk about things that I myself are like really bad at, and if I do, it's to let them know that I am also struggling as well. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So yeah.
Hmm.
Like there's
No, we're
still a lot of
definitely
things.
all of us are definitely gonna feel like hypocrites most of the time.
Literally. I'm not living what we preach. But like, it's like the Lord still uses it, but like it's like, come on, man.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the one thing that's the one reason like why that stuff can, dude, like especially if you're someone
harmful.
that everyone sees all the time posting these Christian posts, but they're also someone that you see out in the world, wrecks your testimony of being a Christian. Wrecks it, dude. That person that ain't a Christian, they look at that person and be like, that person acts, does things
Contrary.
far worse than what even I do, and I'm not a Christian. So what's the point of it?
Well, the thing is
Literally
that
destroys the whole power. Like the
It
whole,
does. It
destroys
kills
the
it.
testimony.
true Christianity, you should be able to see your faith before even talking.
Exactly.
It's in your works.
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely.
So I think that's
Absolutely.
like
The gospel is like we spread the gospel every second of the day by what we do and say.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's one of those things. Is like
How do we live
if you're
our
gonna be
lives?
somebody that is making it very apparent that you're a Christian by posting stuff every single day, and you're out there living like a freaking nuisance to society, not good for the faith in any way, shape, or
That's
form.
some of the hardest, like
Which
that's
is
some of the
which
biggest
obviously
stuff
like
that's hurt
all
the
of us
faith in
aren't
the
gonna live
church.
perfect out there to the world,
Just don't fake it.
but don't fake it either. Like be honest and
honest.
open. Like, yeah, I struggle with this. I struggle with that.
Yeah.
Don't like put on this persona that you are this perfect person that all you
Lives a
do
good
is
life, Christian
invest
life.
your life into Jesus, and then you go out and treat everyone like crap and get drunk every day and this
Yeah.
and that. Like, if you don't look different than the world, there's a problem, and you probably shouldn't be associating yourself with like being so open about, oh yeah, I love Jesus, this and that, I post this, I post that, but then I act like the devil when I'm out there. Not a good look on Christianity.
this is one thing I was thinking about, right? My Pastor Matt brought up. And it's like the different sides of Christianity and like the different sides of like you see on like the far right, and I'm not even just talking about politically, right? Just
Right.
like the far right of Christians, right? This is my bubble. I'm not letting you in my bubble if you act a certain way. And then you see the far left, which is like
You can act
everyone
anyway.
just come in here and
Yeah.
I'm gonna respect you and there has to be like that middle ground of like, yes, you're allowed on my porch, and yes, you're allowed in my house. You are not allowed to have the key until you actually change. You know,
Right.
I think that's a huge thing too. Is that like we when it comes to Christians, we
Oh,
just
yeah, dude.
believe
And
something
I
that's
know-
Christian so fast.
yeah,
I have a
I
problem with
know-
that. I have a problem with that. Huge.
I know so many. I know people on both ends of the spectrum, and
Yeah.
it is so bad. The ones that are like on the far, like, oh yeah, we accept everyone in this house, blah blah blah,
Yeah.
this and that. Like, they would they would literally like be best friends with someone like I don't even know, like they could be friends with like Jeffrey Epstein and like, well, that's him. I don't want to judge him. That's like, well, I can't judge him. Like that's the one where it's like, no, you actually can't.
Yeah. Well, this is
You
the thing.
actually can, and you're actually commanded to judge him righteously.
You see a lot of you see a lot of the fars on whenever it comes to Christianity, right? You see a lot of people like, I rebuke you. You know, a lot of I rebuke that.
Yeah.
You know, and then there's a lot like what you just said, right? But the thing is that a lot of people, every person who has been, you know, in like the trenches of the world, just living in the world, right? Who eventually find God. There's always one person that has invited someone to their house. You know, invited them to dinner, invited
Right,
them to
exactly.
like metaphorically speaking, like invited them to their house, right? That you could either
Exactly.
leave someone on the porch or you could invite them in the house.
Exactly.
But that
And
does
that's
not mean
where
giving them
that's
the key.
where it gets that's where it gets. It has to be somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
Because you can have that person that is like loving and like, oh, I don't want to judge anyone. They could have a best friend that is a non-Christian or anything like that they would never tell them, like they wouldn't even like share the gospel with them because like, well, I know they don't believe in that, so I'm not even going to share it with them. I know they're homosexual and I know they're pedophile. I know they're this. I know they're that. But like, it's not my place to judge them. Like that is not a healthy place to be either.
Well,
Like
yeah.
especially because you got these churches now that are like, oh yeah, well we're accepting of gays and stuff like that because they don't want to offend anybody.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing with my friend Mason, right? Is that he was like, you know, I can't talk to anyone else about this stuff. Like, I just can't do it. And he's like, I don't know why I can talk to it with you. And I was like, because listen, I want to show you what, because the thing is, I talked to him about it. Never do I agree with the
Right.
crazy things he says, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Right? And I think that's what he needs. I think that he needs someone to show him what actual love is in a
Right.
Christian way. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not going to condemn you for I'm not going to push you away for how you feel because that's not how Jesus would, I don't know, instead of me like pointing fingers, right? Me completely casting him out, right? There's a difference because he feels comfortable with me. Therefore, I can show him what it means to be an actual Christian. I could be like, all right, well, I will still respect you. However, you're wrong. But
Yeah, exactly. Like, and that's how you gotta be. You have to respect the other person in a way that you respect them as a person, but you love them enough that you're gonna tell them the truth too.
Yeah, exactly, because that's what true love is.
Exactly.
I have a question. What's our thoughts on teachings? Hard question to ask. I got a thing to say. What's our thoughts on like virtual teachings?
Virtual teachings.
Like,
Church online.
you know about that?
Oh yeah, I know. I already talked to Logan.
Bro, sitting. Okay. Listen.
I understand
So-
it,
Oh,
I get
no. I mean, yeah, you can understand it, but it doesn't
but it's like
justify
it's
it.
not. It's not it,
Dude, it's
not
it's so far away from what you're supposed to be, you know?
I
So
think
basically,
you just.
okay.
I think you can cut off some of the fat, if you know what I mean.
should I just say
Yeah,
it?
Fill
you-
me
oh,
in,
you
fill
can
me
say-
in.
Okay,
so
you say whatever.
Fill me in.
I'm
just
sitting-
saying,
I'm
just
sitting in
trim the
church, right?
you need.
Yeah.
I'm sitting with church with my friends, you know, Logan's up the very front like he always is, and everything's the same, worship, everything's cool, right? Pastor Matt comes out, he's like, listen, we're gonna have to go to 7 services, right? And we're like, okay, dang, that's a lot, you know?
Yeah.
He goes, so, we're gonna do some that are virtual, so I don't tire myself out. continues to walk to the back, plays a video of him preaching. And
What?
I'm sitting there and I'm like looking around at people, and people are kind of
Yeah, no, that's not cool.
like, what in the flip?
Logan was talking about how it's gonna insinuate people to go to the earlier services.
Oh.
Or it's gonna insinuate people to
So
stay at home.
So basically that too. It's both. It's both. So basically, is if you really want to go to an in person, which is most people are gonna be like, yeah, this is not it. Doing the virtual thing.
Yeah, dude, that's
It's to
It's
come
one of
to
those things
because
that blows my mind.
I don't know the statistics on their like early church service, but I'm pretty
I know
sure there's not
another
very many
church-
at the early, like the 8 a.m. I know a lot of people don't go to the 8
dude.
a.m.
So there's
I'm gonna have
a
to go there.
there's another local church that's similar to that church, but they have 3 campuses. And other than the main campus, the other 2 campuses just watch the preaching on a
yeah.
live
Is
video.
it
I saw
Harvester?
that.
Is it Harvester?
No. They might
Harvester
do that
does it too.
No, it's like
It's-
on the side, and it's a big old digital screen. And it looks like he's up there preaching, but like I don't know
it's,
how the screen is set
Element.
up.
Oh.
It's
Yeah.
a separate like room.
That's like
there.
so. It defeats the
like
purpose.
so
Where's
their
the heart
preacher preaches at Wentzville, and then they have a campus in St. Charles, and they have a campus in Warrenton. And the Warrenton and St. Charles people
All
just
virtual.
go to the church and
And
watch
watch
a
it.
video of the pastor preaching live,
Live,
in
yeah.
Wentzville.
I'm
Dude,
good.
it's
I'm
insane.
gonna stick with my smaller church.
It's so
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
dude. Small churches for the win, honestly.
And that's what I was talking to. I was talking about the other day with someone, and I was talking about I hate how I like materialistic things, and I wish that
Yeah.
I'm trying to change my heart perspective when it comes to that, because it's like what we were just trolling about, like
Yeah.
oh, I love the music.
Yeah.
It's like that's
You should.
there.
Yeah, I know. That's what.
He's
But
good.
the thing is, it's so hard because during the worship, I'm like, "Let's go," you know what I'm saying? And then we
Yeah.
sit down, and
That's
the
what they
entire
want, though.
And the entire time, I'm like, "This just doesn't seem right." You know, whenever it
Yeah.
comes to the meat of everything, it's like, and then whenever I say something
that's-
about it, everyone's just like,
And you
What are
just
you
said it
talking about?
best. The biggest problem with a lot of these other than a lot of these churches just teach like plain out
No
false
hunger.
things. But the biggest problems with these churches is they don't preach the meat.
Literally.
They don't preach the meat.
Like, ooh, we're gonna lose people on this one. Ooh, we're gonna lose
Literally.
people on Ooh, we're gonna lose people on
They
this one.
and I know this for a fact that these bigger churches like this, they
Skate around certain
they
texts,
have
skate around
dude,
certain
they
things.
have people and they have statistics,
Oh,
numbers.
yeah.
They run numbers all the time to
on
see
what's
what keeps
preaching,
people
yeah, and
invested, and that's what
what keeps them.
That's what they're
brings
gonna
the
talk
money
about.
Too. It brings the money. It does.
Yep.
I'm
And it
not
is
gonna be that guy,
sickening.
but I kind of am that
it's
guy.
sad.
It does
It
bring
is
the
just
money.
disgusting all around.
They don't preach the meat.
It is a filthy thing.
Dude, I'm all for the small churches, you know, and just
Small
planting,
churches for the win.
and then start plant other churches, and have other people.
I'm starting a new.
It's like, where are the leaders? Where's our other leaders leading or teaching? Where's the other teachers, gang? Like,
Dude,
he's
well,
preaching
this
seven.
is what's insane.
Where's the
I
other
know
people rising up
So-
from being discipled in like starting and like, oh, I'm gonna take this
Dude.
group over here and we're gonna.
What's
go to
dude?
camp.
This is the
I'm
part
gonna
that
take
blows
this
my
one.
mind.
It's like, what?
Is when you go to a church like Element, for example.
Yep.
I have friends
Doing
that go
good stuff. We're not. Yeah, they're still the Lord's work. Still Lord's work.
Absolutely.
But nitpicks.
But like the amount of people that go to a church like that and have never even got the opportunity to meet their own pastor. My friends talk about how it bugs them that they've never
Yeah.
met their pastor.
I've never
I'm
met my
like,
pastor. Yeah,
You
I
don't
saw
have
him
a
in
relationship.
Target.
It's like they don't have a relationship.
I saw bro.
and
on
it's like you
TikTok.
couldn't eat. It's
Oh.
like you can't. Like they have other people within the church that would cover something that a pastor's supposed to, like as far as like personal relationships
yeah.
with members of the church. They have so many different. Every single person at those bigger church, like everyone has the title pastor that's on staff.
But
like
I think there's a breakdown. There's no like quote unquote pastors in the Bible. There's no such thing as that.
Right.
It's not biblical term. Like in a way it is, but no, it's
Yeah.
not. It's not straight from the Bible. There's deacons and there's elders
Elders
And-
and overseers.
and overseers and stuff like that. But they're from, and this is where pastors kind of differ on this one. Like churches differ on like, okay, the teacher has more authority than your elders and deacons, but Pastor Nathan is more on the parallel side where the deacons and they're all on the same bar.
Right.
They all share in this authority structure. And basically, and I don't know how ours is situated, but from what I've seen, like Dr. Arlini has more authority than the elders and the deacons. And basically our structure is kind of built off that in
Yeah.
a sense. And
I would
you
say
see,
ours
there's-
is similar to that too.
yeah, I talked to Pastor Nathan. He would say it's more playing
Yeah.
field. That's what he was saying. It's more of a playing field, like a just
Yeah.
But-
it's more. It's like a
but not the
system of checks and balances.
Exactly,
basically.
but I'm not saying that like they all preach. No,
Right,
I'm not
no,
saying that.
no,
but we're
absolutely
talking
not.
on the level of authority.
Right.
Where like then they say something like this, you know, what I'm saying, stuff like that.
Right. And that's more of
Because
like
he's gifted in teaching,
Obviously.
so he teaches. So
yeah.
that's basically
And
what it is.
basically, yeah.
So we need more elders.
The elders
that
and
teach.
deacons basically keep him from going out of line. If he's
yeah.
preaching something that
Yeah,
doesn't
it's like,
line.
oh, that's we got to talk
Yeah.
about that one. Exactly.
Exactly.
But yeah. Yeah, we need more. Like that's what I'm saying. Like these bigger churches, like you gotta divvy it up. Like you gotta plant more. Like I'm not saying don't plant more churches, but like they definitely do and stuff. But like I just don't see. It's just hard. The relationship's hard.
Right.
It's hard to have a firmly rooted, firmly discipled
Can't do
church
it.
group
Can't do it.
when there's thousands of people. You can't attend
You
to
can't
all
do it.
your flock.
Nope.
A pastor.
That's the
like,
problem.
the leaders that are in charge, the pastors, you know, I'll just call them pastors, but they can't attend to everybody. It's not possible. And there's not enough people teaching. Obviously, for like Pastor Matt, he's like the one that has to do seven. It's like, what? Insane work.
Oh, absolutely, dude.
It's
And
like-
that's like
And obviously, amazing, gifted, no doubt of that. Awesome guy, on fire for the Lord. But it's like he's getting bogged. He's getting bogged down. You can tell, bro's taking on a lot, and I feel like whenever it kind of goes out, you can see like where things are gonna slip through the cracks. And that's what's like. I don't know about this one. Like we know, there's gonna be people that's like, oh, this is just no way. But it's like what they gotta do. Honestly, like if you were in their shoes, it's like I don't know what you would do. Like honestly, I wouldn't want to be in those shoes. That's all I gotta say. I don't know how it all goes down in their structure system and how they agree to all these things, but it's like it came to a conclusion, and that was the best one. So it's like I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know. Just like I'm all for. You get to a certain size, and if you see that the shepherd is not able to attend to the whole flock, you like disperse. You plant a church over here, and then you make sure they're watering all these churches, make sure they're all being watered, stuff like that. And then
But dude, that's what's crazy. It's like it is doable though, because like obviously maybe not to that extent of like having like a deeper connection with your flock.
thousands.
But like
Are you talking about thousands?
John MacArthur, thousands of people went to his church, but he would make time for any single person that went to that church if they needed him to.
Yeah.
Like if they,
I'm sure
if
Matt does, too.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
sure
sure
he does
Matt,
too,
yeah.
for sure. It's just one of those things. It's like
If you ask him, yeah. You don't think so? I mean,
I think
If
he'd be
he
like,
can.
I think he'd be like, well, have you heard about my friend over here? He's pretty good at talking. To
probably
people."
that's for
that's
I
that's
guess
what you
understand.
get.
Honestly,
that kind
that's
of thing.
understandable.
That's what you get. That
when
time.
he's out in public, me and Alexa tried to smile at him. Looked at us like this, walked away. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Does I have something in my teeth?
Still,
or like,
he's still a human. That's what it's like. I used to have such a high view of pastors. Like,
Oh, me too.
dude,
me too.
well, first off, parents, and then pastors were just woo! God's heavenly angel sent from above. you cannot. They're not human. You
Oh
cannot
yeah,
touch
dude.
them.
I used to.
You
I used to
cannot
do the
look
same
at
way.
them, dude. I had this perspective like I couldn't talk to them. Like who am I?
Dude, it was.
Who am I?
had-
It was
I had
scary, terrifying
Yeah, I was. The
to even
same
talk
way.
to him. And I'm like,
And
oh my
that's like-
gosh. I'll realize that like, oh wait, they're still humans too. They're like, and I'm like, oh,
Dude, that's
you
like-
have
it
this
was
same
like-
problem. Yeah, I'm dealing with it. You know, the Lord's helping. But I'm like, oh,
It was like when I found out. I don't know if you probably heard some of his stuff. He's been on like some stuff with like R.C. Sproul and John MacArthur and
Yeah.
Vody Baucham. You remember Steve Lawson?
I've never heard of him. No.
Well, he does a lot of stuff with those guys, or used to anyway. He was phenomenal preacher, dude. Phenomenal, dude. He was my favorite, like, pastor to listen to sermons off the internet and stuff. Then it came out, he was having an unprofessional relationship with a 21-year-old girl for the past 5 years. And I was devastated, dude. I was like, how is this even possible? This guy is a fire and brimstone on fire for the Lord preacher that I
and
love.
You can't
to
deny
death.
it. You can't
It's
deny
like-
it. He definitely was.
I know, and it's
He
like
still was. It's still-
that
the Lord
that was
still
one of those
using
moments
it.
that brought me back to reality. Like,
It's crazy how that works.
he's no different than me. Like, he's still
Dude,
a
it's something
sinner.
We realize is like, man,
He's
how was
still a sinner.
like sometimes a lot of times we forget that like our pastors need more prayer than we could ever possibly
Oh,
imagine.
absolutely.
And I feel like the church is lacking on prayer for our pastors, and that's why they get devastated because there's no prayers being prayed to our pastors. Like we're not praying for them. Like, do we pray for our pastors? I doubt it.
Right.
Occasionally, but do we?
We
They
shouldn't.
need more prayer than we could ever possibly imagine. They're being attacked
absolutely.
by the enemy so hard.
Absolutely.
And we're like, man, I need prayer. And then you think, wait, have you prayed for your pastor? Like you like, I want pastor
Yeah,
to do all
and you
this
know,
for me.
He's carrying
Are
the
you-
weight of everybody.
are you doing
in
anything
his
for the
church,
church?
that's asking for
Are
prayers?
you doing anything for the church? Are you doing anything for him? What are you doing for him? Like, what are we doing? We expect so much from the shepherd, and rightly so. But are we doing anything in return? What are we doing for the church? Are we just there on Sunday, like,
Dude.
worship? Like, what are we doing in return? And then we go live our week, and then we come back. And what are we doing for the church?
Sad reality.
We ain't doing nothing for church. We expect.
Jesus Christ.
My gosh, dude.
Scare you?
That's good.
No.
They're like
Tons of police
yeah,
out there.
they're like
At
centrally
a
search, and
time.
there's a bunch of spotlights. They're
Yeah.
gonna